My name is Lecturer Clergy Bishop Kenya Michael Loltome, speaking in the United States of Kenya Republic, of Kenya Republic, Nairobi National Government, the Embakasi Village constituency, which we normally refer as East. So that's me. I'm a lecturer clergy. I used to teach pastors from many colleges: African Bisad College, Narrow County Government, Covenant College of Mission International, School of Mission and Systematic Theology, as well Narrow County Government, and also here in Nairobi, taught Paramilitary General Service Unit, Paramilitary General Service Unit here to Tawala College, Nairobi County Government College, for 12 years, an equivalent force, which you call it an official equivalent force to Kenya Army or Kenya Defense Forces of Kenya Republic. So if you have any question pertaining the Bible, particularly, both the systematic theology, Christianity and Islamic, because I have also degree in both the books, that's the sacred books, the Holy Quran and the Holy Bible, feel free to contact me. And our topic today is about, faith. I want to talk about faith, because we are now facing some crisis in Kenya Republic, particularly whereby we are told there is no resources available to keep the country going. That's actually the message from the president, the incoming head of state recently, His Excellency William Samuel Ruto. He said the government is broke, and as such, we need to live by faith in that case. Like originally, before even the colonial government took over the Kenya Republic as a country in 1920, July 23rd, 1920 to 1963. Before that, and after also this black government of 1963 up to now 2023, we used to be depending upon God's faith to to live prior to any government in the Kenya Republic. So topic is about the topic is about faith, and I want to read actually from the book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1, and say, now faith is being sure of what we have hope for, and certain of what we do not see. Now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. So that is actually the word of God, and it is actually written long time ago. And we want to see briefly from the Holy Bible. This is a New International Version of the Bible. That is one of one version from United States of America, Michigan publishers. So you can buy one, and also you can also use the same, and other Bibles too. So the one I'm using currently is that one. So what is faith? That righteous people have in God, and what is faith like also in that case from what we have read in that text. Faith in God is actually an assurance that the righteous people possess. God is actually able to keep His word, and also is able to help human beings in an invisible way on our side. So that is what we can say about faith. And faith is like also, it can mean also abandoning people to abandon other things, but to trust in God, His own resources, abilities, and reasonings with the things people don't see sometimes that God is able to do to them. That means then in that case, we should rely upon God solely on things that we cannot see, hoping that God is going to, to keep His promises and also help us in times of need, like now in Kenya Republic, whereby we don't have, resources available for humanity welfare in all 47 county government, 290 constituencies, and 1,450 ward assemblies. So faith in that case itself, it is a kind of an obedience to God in a hopeful kind of manner, and also having an inner kind of faith that God is going to do something for you in times of need. And particularly this one will be applicable particularly to human beings, which are God-obedient people in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and the following. You will see blessings and the curses for those who don't obey God. So many human beings normally do have little faith in God, and that's why they don't have hope. They are in full time fearing, having fear, and so forth and so forth. So this letter was written by, possibly, not nobody knows for sure, by Apostle Paul or Barnabas or Dr. Luke or Apollos, or possibly it was also written by those writers. If you want to know more, and it was written after Jesus Christ left the earth, okay, 60 years AD to 70 years AD. That's Anno Domini, after Jesus left to heaven, in that case, to go and prepare mansionette to all people who are obedient to God. And if you want to know where heaven is, which is actually a potential upper location, you can read also Isaiah 66 verse 1. And you will also see that you are promised some mansionettes. If you live here anytime today and you are righteous, you can be with Jesus. And later on also you can be coming back to be, to be with your body now, because you live here with your soul, that is mind or intellect, and also spirit to God. Immediately if you live here today to die, but your body will rot here, and then you will be returned back to have another glorious body later on when Jesus return on earth, and then followed by judgment. In Hebrew 11, no, in Revelation 20 verse 15. Revelation 20 verse 15, you will be judged by God. So in that case, then Hebrew book express faith in God by those people who are in God's direction commands. Faith has two invisible things, which we normally refer. One of them is actually, some people used to have faith in invisible things by humanity eyesight. And secondly, also, some people also have faith towards invisible things, particularly righteous people, that God will do something for them despite all challenges in that case. So the two sides of faith mentioned, as I've said, we involve assurance and acceptance that God is going to help you in times of need and all circumstances. So many who had faith, Abel had faith in God and he offered God a better sacrifice. In the same Hebrews chapter 11 verse 4, Enoch also had faith, the man who have left here on earth like Jesus Christ without tasting death himself. Particularly, Enoch was walking with God by faith, and he was taken to heaven. That is Hebrews 11 verse 5. By faith also Noah warned people of this time who are wicked, but they did not believe God, but he himself believed, and he went to do what God commanded him, to build the ark. With his family, he was saved in that ark. That is a member's family of 7 people. He had 3 sons married and 3 wives, and also the wife of Noah. So they were saved by faith in that case, through faith of Noah, but the rest of other human beings all clear. So that's verse 7 of Hebrew 11, verse 11. And by faith also Abraham was called by God to go to a place he did not know, foreign land, to receive the promise of God, inheritance. That's also Hebrew 11 verse 8. And by faith also Abraham barren wife Sarah conceived after his menopause period was over. He was 65 years. But God promised him to have a son called Isaac, and it happened. And that is actually Hebrew 11 verse 11 as well. By faith also Abraham accepted to sacrifice his son, the one I mentioned, Isaac, but God also provided a ram for instead. So that is verse 11 of Hebrew 11 verse 17. And by faith Jacob also grew old, and he blessed each of his son Joseph's sons. That is verse 21 of the same Hebrews 11 chapter 11. By faith Joseph also, when the end of his life was near, he also spoke about exodus of the Israelite people from Egypt, and it happened in verse 22. And by faith also God, servant Moses, when he grew old, refused to call himself the son of King Pharaoh's daughter, as Hebrews 11:24, that is chapter 11:24. And by faith, Moses also left Egypt without fearing King Pharaoh's anger. That is Hebrew 11:27. And by faith, also Moses kept God's Passover commandment, that they destroy angels when God destroyed all Egyptians through after hardening Egyptian Pharaoh king heart, and he killed so many of Egyptians, but he spared the children of Israelite by faith from Moses after observing Passover commandment of God, and that is actually Hebrew 11:28. And by faith also Israelites, God-fearing people, passed through the Red Sea, very horrific waters, but the Egyptians pursued them. They were all drowned. That is verse 29 in Hebrew 11:29. And by faith, people Israelite also passed the same. I said actually that Red Sea, they are not actually killed or drawn in that case. And by faith, the wall of Jericho also fell down when the people marched around it as per God command 7 times. That is Hebrews 11:30. And by faith, the prostitute Rahab from the Israelite enemies welcomed the Israelite spies, and he was not killed after they also strike those people, the enemies. That is Hebrews 11:31. So, and others also like Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, and Samuel, and other prophets too. They believed in God, and they conquered many kingdoms and administered justice to their people by faith, and gained what was promised by God eventually to them. So what do I want to say here? To conclude this matter, I want Kenyans to have faith in God, particularly this time now when we are facing challenges of no food in all our 47 county government, 290 constituencies, and 1,451 assemblies. And the President has also testified together with the President Ruto, that is His Excellency, together with Deputy President, His Excellency Rigadi, that the government is broke. They have inherited a broke government. There's no money. And so if there's no money, then the government in place may not be there in a few weeks' time. And that's why I also want the President to step down. His Excellency President Ruto, PhD, is a Doctor of Philosophy, to allow his second in command in politics of Kenya Republic, His Excellency Raila Odinga, Chief Opposition Leader of Azimio, to take over the leadership of some few, again months remaining, so that he will be the 6th president after this one. Very honest man. He said there's no money in Kenya to run the government, so he could have allowed Raila Odinga to try, so that other nations may have mercy, and God also as well to touch them, to help us, and as well God to help us in His own miraculous way. So my word today, instead of a tug of war in politics between our president and the chief opposition leader Raila Odinga, the all excellencies, the president could have allowed Raila Odinga to take over the government. That's the 6th president, and he will be the shortest himself president in Kenya. Like Mudavadi, vice president, sometimes when God also give him that kind of privilege in 3 months' time during His Excellency the late President Moi era time. So that's my advice today, that the president need to step down, His Excellency Ruto, to allow Chief Opposition Leader to be the 6th president. That's my word. And also, I want also to tell both of them, the President, His Excellency William Ruto, and also Chief Opposition Leader Raila Odinga, I being also chairman of Kalenjin, Maasai, Turkana, and Samburu, we call it KAMATUSA political wing, plus Luo Nilotic also group, since 1992 to now 2023. I want to unite this Nilotic group, these 5 tribes, who are fighting each other terribly, using guns and other sophisticated weapons like arrows and other crude weapons in their county governments, to cease doing that. And I just want to assure the president, very soon national delegate will be here in Nairobi. I am the chairman. Bishop Kenya Michael Loltome of Kamatusa plus Luo Nilotic group since 1992 to 2023 now and onwards. Until God now will tell us when. And I'm also vice president, Kamatusa plus Luo Nilotic group vice chairman. Solomon, Honorable Solomon Shubon. And also other members, like now we are going to have also other members, like Irene, from Pokot, and also, Treasurer, Honorable Richard Maswala is a Luo, and I am a Samburu community Maasai sub-tribe, and also Honorable also Moses Leturen is one of the members. He's a Samburu like me, and also we have also the Turkanas, Honorable Ekwam. We'll call our national delegate conference very soon, and we'll let our president know our result, our resolution as far as peace initiative is concerned between us, fraternity of those 5 tribes of Nilotics, the one I've mentioned. And also we'll let also Chief of Officer Leader Raila Odinga to know. They are all Nilotic group. Our president, the ruling table government, is now Nilotic group. The presidents are Nilots, deputized by Bantu. Rigathi Gachagua is from Ngema, Kikuyu, Embu, Meru, and Kamba, plus other Nilots, other Bantus, other Bantus wing. So now the ruling table is ruled by the president, who is Nilotic. And also Chief of Leader Raila Odinga is Nilotic group like me. So we want to bring this Nilotic group together so that we will not kill each other. And we want to have a national delegate conference very soon, and we'll let our leaders to know, so they can support us also socially, economically, spiritually, so that we can at least live in an harmonious country. In both now this leadership of President Ruto, and also the one coming very soon, probably, I think so, by faith, of Raila Odinga, period to 2027, he is going to be actually the 6th president, because the government is broke. Otherwise, that's my word today. And let Kenyans also in generally, let's hope in God and have faith in God that He's going to sustain us despite all the challenges we are facing of economical kind of crashing down, and also other things also. We don't have all the humanity welfare required, like water, like food, like clean environment, of good health cares. Free health cares are not there. We are provided with also security at times. In most county governments, we don't have, we have a lot of insecurity. We have also spiritual affairs in security by false prophets and false and trained priests, which I think now the government is taking actually initiative to discipline those ones who are calling themselves priests, but they have never taken initiative to take training like me. I've taken a lot of training in various colleges. I've taken actually, I'm a teacher in those colleges, and I've also taken theology training for many years. 4 years at Kapsabet Bible College, African and Inland Church, and Nandi County Government, 4 years, higher diploma. And I took also various degrees from systematic theology and Islamic studies in another University of America, which was affiliated here in Nairobi at Limuru campus, called Vision International University. I've taken degree, and also I've taken online also Islamic studies at Division of Columbia International Islamic Studies, distance learners, and I also completed those studies of Islamic studies. So I used to teach pastors, both theologians, to choose which men they want. Otherwise, God is one, Allah, and also the prophets, including Prophet Muhammad, and others also in the Bible, Isaiah and many others. God be, may the Lord be, peace be upon them, each of them, including Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They are all godly prophets, and all these books, the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran equally, they are sacred books widely read, and have bridged the gap of animosity for Christian and Islamic studies, and Christians and Islam through my studies. And they love me. I used to teach about theologies in all colleges that I've encountered, and I tell the student to choose which man they want to follow, because God is one. So that's my word. Let's hope in God and have faith in Him, and assurance faith in Him. He's going to sustain us And we also want to have love and peace and unity of purpose, just so that the country will move forward. All right. So may God bless you all, people living in Kenya and beyond. Contact me using my Facebook, Twitter, and also Instagram, as well as other channel like Facebook as well. All my contacts are there, and my email, and also my blog website. God bless you all. Thank you so much.